Okay, everyone. I'm sorry for the delay. I was doing some checks to ensure that everything is up and running for um my session. All right. I hope that everyone is having a wonderful Sunday. All right. So this session is for those parents, all right, or students who were not on the live meeting that we had on Friday, right? So a lot of parents were unable to get onto the Zoom platform, and that room was full. So this session today is going to be very short. I'm just going to look at the key things that we covered in that meeting. All right. I know a lot of parents are, anxious to know what is going on. They are very, on edge because they're not sure what is going on, right? And I know everyone wants the best for their child, right? So I'm going to go through, the main things that you need to know, what's going to happen this week, what you should expect for the rest of the term, right? And probably expect for the rest of the year, all right? So I'm going to get started. Firstly, let me say welcome to all those persons who are joining. I'm seeing the numbers slightly climb. All right. So if you're a parent, please share with others that I am currently live now. So if they need the information, they should come here. The video will be available afterwards so they can come in and check. But it would be nice to have everybody here or most persons here. All right. So the first topic I am going to cover is the topic of tablets because still getting a lot of messages regarding tablets. All right. So down to get getting tablets. Now, if you are not a path, the Ministry of Education did state that they will be providing grants for those parents who are needy, but yet they don't qualify to be on path, right? It is a $20,000 grant. Now, I know the applications will be sent to the schools, right? And the information will be sent to the school, but they haven't been sent to us as yet. All right, so we don't know when we're getting those things or those information, right? And in terms of those past students, I was in a meeting or Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. Sorry, Friday. With e-learning, and they pointed out that primary schools will be getting their tablets first. So it's a possibility that high school students might not get their tablets until that is where things are. And I know a lot of persons are saying that, oh, the kids really need it. We do understand that, but you need to also look at the fact that there's a global shortage on tablets and laptops. And the same goes for, the grade 10 to 11 past students or 13 past students, grade 10 to 13 past students. Past students. I think I was saying past students. Yes, past students, right? They should be getting laptops, but it's the same issue, right? There's a global shortage, right? So we just have to be patient. And the number of devices that the government is procuring is only to get devices. So, we possible it's possible that your child might not get a device until the next round of ordering. So let's hope as soon as possible. So let's hope. All right. So all those things are out of my control or out of the school's control in terms of getting those devices. We just have to wait on ministry and e-learning to finish their procurement process. For those parents that are not on path and they wish to purchase a device for their child, e-learning is saying that you can contact them and they will give you direct link to their suppliers, so you can also get the discounted prices that the country is getting. All right. So for those parents who want to get a device, for their child with a laptop or tablet, you can contact e-learning and get your devices at a reduced cost. All right. I think that's enough for tablets. The school has a bring your own device policy. Well, when school reopens, that is, well, it wouldn't apply now. And we do eventually meet face to face. Um, there is that allowance to bring their own device to school. All right, so that's enough about tablets. Um, that oh, I see someone asking who I am in the chat. Not on the live chat, but somebody on my phone. All right. I guess a parent knows know who I am. All right. So for those persons who don't know who I am Andre Ishu. I am currently the acting vice principal of academics. All right. So that is my current role. All right. Okay. So let's get online. First, the ministry is providing each child with a Minister of Education or MOE schools email address. Now, this email address will give your child access to all of made a partnership with Google. Now, from that partnership with Google, all Google services agreement has been made Lime and Digicel to offer all educational services free of charge. So once your child has that MOE school email address and they log into Google Chrome on your phones, on your tablets, well, on your phones basically. Some tablets have SIM cards, right? Once they log into that, they don't have to have a single megabyte, right? They don't even have to have a single megabyte. They can go on classes, right? All they need to have is a tablet with a SIM card, right? So they will be able to access classes free of charge, right? Once it's an educational program or one of the list of educational sites outlined by the ministry, they can browse it free of charge, right? They don't even have as I said before, they don't need to have data at all, right? Once the data is turned on the phone, they can have 0 megabytes, they can browse, right? I will be sending out that list, right? I was planning to print it and give it all the list of websites that your child will be able to access for free. All right. Now, because we are going with Google, all right, we're using Google Classroom. Now, Google Classroom, as I said, is one of Google services. So based on the partnership, it's free. Now, in order for your child to access that service, no, because we can't start school Monday because kids didn't get the passwords, right? So we plan to start teaching and learning. School does start, but teaching and learning starts on the 12th, right? That's the other Monday. That's next week, Monday, right? So teaching and learning starts the 12th. But for this coming week, which is the week of October 5th, we will be calling students in by grades in order to give them their password and email address. Now, parents have been asking me, why not just send it over the phone? Here's the problem. One, some numbers that we have for parents, they don't work or they're outdated. So if we just send a student's personal information like that, it's a possibility somebody else will get it and nobody else should have that personal information. Two, all the passwords and email addresses are on one document. We can't just broadcast that one document for the same reasons, right? So we have to ensure that students' personal information is kept private and confidential as much as possible, right? So that's why we're asking you to come in. Now, these are the days when certain grades will come in, and I'm going to tell them no. So on Monday, no one comes in. Monday is already to prepare the place. right? Get everything printed, get all the materials that we need to give you on spot, make sure the place is sanitized and all the necessary safety protocols are put in place, right? Kind of grade 10s to come in. No, the grade 10s and 11s that did not, I repeat, did not collect textbooks, right, in the previous year, those students will come in and get their textbooks on that day, right? So students who already have their textbooks, you don't need to bring them in because they're the same textbooks they're using, right? So only the students that did not get any textbooks at all should come on that day to collect textbooks. But based on what I've heard from the textbook coordinator, or the book room coordinator, sorry, is that some persons decided not to come and collect their textbook heavy. So they don't want to collect it. But these are going to be CXC students. They need their textbooks, right? Those rental books, they will get their email address and password, all right? And then that's it. If they are missing any documents on their files, they can bring them in, right? But what we want to do is we don't want to keep them long, right? Because we still have to, keep in mind the safety protocols, all right? So on Wednesday, all right, grade 7s will be coming in on Wednesday, all right? So on Wednesday, grade 7s will be coming in. No, the grade 7s that will be coming in, all right, they're coming in to collect their passwords and email addresses, all right? Now, when they do come in, any chat that day, right? Any documents that weren't brought in, like for example, medicals, birth certificates, etc., those can be brought in on that day as well, all right? So that's all they're coming to do there already. What teachers will be doing throughout the week, we will be checking information and to make sure that all the information that we have on our database is up to date. All right. And I'm going to tell you the reason why we need all our information to be up to date. All right. No. Right. Sorry about that. People, messaging me on both sides. So I'm looking on both sides. All right. No, on I'm going to touch the uniform issue. I see the comments coming in. All right. On Thursday, grade 8s will be coming in. Now, grade 8s will be coming in to do the same thing as the grade 7s. For those students who are transfer ins, all right, for those students that are transfer ins, any student, your information was sent up, but I haven't gotten yours as yet. I was promised that on Monday I should get it. That's why I'm holding off all the students coming in until Tuesday, because I hope to get that information by Monday. And ministry did assure me they will try to get it to me by Monday, right? And that's why I'm putting the grade 11s and 10s first, so that if it doesn't come Monday, that information comes Tuesday, right? So don't be worried, persons who are transferred in or persons who were registered late, right? It's just because of the period in which you registered or came in, right? Because that list went off, earlier than when you had registered. So that's why I push back, those grades to later in the week, all right? Grade 9s now, because we start C6 syllabus from grade 9. Right? So that's why we ask students to select subjects, right? Their C6 subjects from grade 9. No, not all of our students had selected their subjects, right? So last time we had checked, we had over 70% of the grade 9s not choosing their subjects, which is really bad. So we can't start teaching and learning unless those things are fixed, right? So we want those students to come in prepared to actually tell us what are the subjects that they have selected, so that we can group them according to those subject areas. All right, I'm going to be sending out what the subjects are to this evening, a career that they want to go towards. All right. If you want career guidance, you can come in on the day and just ask your questions. If you're not sure what you need to become a lawyer, your form teachers will be there on those days to assist. Right. So you're coming in to, you know, select your subjects as well as get your password and your email address. Now, all students except for the grade 7s, all right, and grade 10 and 11s, you're asked to bring in your rental books, right, from the previous year. Now, on the issue of rental books as well, for grade 7 to 9, you will not be getting rental books this year. And I'm going to tell you why you're not going to get rental books this year. We are going to be sending you, you know, that information through our online platforms, which is the Google Classroom that you'll be using. So those textbook information will be right there for you to click and go on. We rather the information, read text and so forth, that will be passed on to you through your Google Classroom. So you can always have it to search and look at it. All right. So that's why you might not be getting any textbooks. Right. Also for grade 7, one of the reasons why you might not getting textbooks, you guys broke a record, right? So we don't have enough books to supplement, but eventually, our ministry did promise us that we should be getting more books in. Right. So over time, as the books come in, and plus ministry is moving towards ebooks, so very soon. Okay. Now, for those persons who have lost rental books, or those rental books were misplaced or destroyed, um, the protocol is that you replace the book either by purchasing the book, or you find the cost for the book. Any student that has misplaced, damaged, right, a textbook, you will have to replace it or get the costing for the book and pay that money over to the school so they can purchase the replaced books. All right, remember it's a rental book and replaced. All right, now I will say it again, the platform that we're using is Google Classroom, and we're using most of Google services. So the email address that we're using it will be your child's name, at moeschools.edu.jm. And once they log into their phones, tablets, laptops with that, they will have access to all of ministry services. Now, when we give you that email address and password, parents, this is very interesting. Well, it's very interesting and very important too. That password, they'll be asked to change it. Or if they're not asked to change it, you're required to change it. All right? Because it's just their password. But you can change it to personalize it. No, you should always know the child's password, right? No one else other than you and your child should know the password for that ministry account, because the ministry is paying for all those services, a lot of stuff just by logging in with that password, right? Now, you should know it for this reason, where you can check in on the progress of your child if you wish. All right. Also, child. So please remember the passwords. All right. Now, in terms of monitoring your child, all right, I am seeing some very interesting things in the chat. All right. In terms of monitoring your child, the dean will be sending out some guidelines as it relates to how to monitor online teaching, how the school plans to monitor online teaching. And we're asking you to find a location at home where it is quiet, where they can sit and they can, have some amount of, peace in terms of when they're doing their schoolwork, right? So set up a station for them somewhere in the house where they will sit and do their schoolwork. Now, please ensure that they are actually online doing schoolwork, right? We can see from our end if a student is online or not, right? You can also do so if you wish. If you log into your device with that same MOE password and stuff, you can actually check your child's activity, right? However, sometimes you might not get that opportunity too. So make sure that you know, keep an eye on your child, make sure that they're doing their work. All right. Um, in terms of online classes, in terms of what they wear, um, let them dress appropriately. No pajama or nightie or whatever like that. No sleeveless, something decent, right? A decent top, right, for online classes. If you can get them earphones so that the sound doesn't, affect other persons in the house, fine. Get them earphone with a little mic. You don't have to have one like this. Just a regular phone earphone with a mic is fine, so that avoid distractions, right? Ensure that they have their cameras on, because we know as kids might have a habit. Teacher might ask them to keep their camera on, right? No eating, right, during online classes, right? There will be ministry persons joining classes at times. There will be the principal, myself, guidance counselors. The dean will be dropping into classes as well to observe, right? So you don't know who will be on your class looking or watching, right? So, you know, keep those things in mind, and, that still there's some amount of respect. We don't accept any form of internet, cyberbullying, right? So no teasing, anything like that. We don't tolerate that. We can, if your child is being disruptive in language and in forms of inappropriate sites, and it talks about games, which I was seeing in my Facebook links, or links to their Facebook page, IG page, stuff like that. No, right? Absolutely not. We can disable a child, right, from coming onto the class. We can call you and inform you that this is the reason why your child has been disabled. All right. After you have dealt with the situation, you can call us and we can say, all right, cool. Um, your child will be accepted on. However, necessary information or reports will be logged if there is a case. So just like normal school, teachers will be logging students and making a record. If your child, basically writing their own recommendations regardless. All right. And this applies not just to high schools, because I am currently studying, upgrading my qualifications. And we got a very long list, and we are adults. We got a very long list of guidelines that we must follow when we are on online classes. Right. So, it goes across the board. We have to have some form when conducting online classes. All right. Now, here's a good thing about it. Students, in terms of games, for example, once you log in with the MOE password and stuff like that, kids can just play games like that, all right, on the device, right? Especially if they don't have any data on, right? They won't be able to go on any site except educational sites. All right, for those parents that do not have any form of internet access, they don't have any form of device that can access, the different services, right? What we plan to do is right? So we're going to be dropping off different learning, what we call learning kits with worksheets and notes for those. We'll be dropping that might need to who will come in to pick up these packages, and this will be done on a weekly basis. Activity or any device to connect to any of our services that we're being offered. All right. Now, those persons will be informed of the situation and the pickup. Now, the post office, through the partnership with us, will be doing this at a very reduced cost. Yeah, there's a cost to it, and it's what the partnership with us is just $60, right? $60 to just pick up the package, right, from the post office. No, for those parents who do not have these services that I spoke about earlier, right? If you have a flash drive, we can load the flash drives, so you can drop the flash drive into the package when you're sending it back with the worksheet, and we can load the flash drive with the videos of each class, because all the classes will be recorded, right? If not, DVDs that we can actually put the videos on and send to you so you can watch, right? For those persons who do not have internet access or a mobile device such as a phone, tablet, or laptop to do live online classes. All right. For online classes, registration period is from 7:55 to 8:30. So within that window, your child should log on at some point in time within that window, the Google Classroom, right? That they will log into and get and register for the morning session and the afternoon session. All right. The form closes exactly 8:30. All right. And for the evening session, it will close as well at a particular time. Right? So it will give an indication who are the persons who are logging in late, who are the persons that are on time. Right? If your child is late for the morning session and present in the evening session, right, or present in classes after that, they will be marked late. If they're not online at all, they haven't registered in the morning or the afternoon, we will consider them to be absent, right, from online classes, right? Now, for those parents that do not have access to the WhatsApp group, or they aren't able to get to any of these services, parents, if you please let them know that we'll be making visits to communities this week. So Mr. Mungal will be visiting various communities at different locations for parents to come and get the necessary information. Right, they can come and sign up forms and as well. So the first community that Mr. Mungal will be visiting, and you'll be visiting this community on Tuesday at 3 p.m. He will be in the Money Claremont region. So church or a bus stop, right? By his car, won't have internet access. They're unable to hear anything about what's going to happen for online classes or for classes in general or anything related to their students and Student Academy. Mr. Mungal will be going out, right? And he will be in various communities giving out information as well as taking information as well. All right. So I'll repeat, the location for where he will be announced. Now, when you're coming to see him, right, all COVID protocols observed, right? So ensure that to indicate all the locations where he will be throughout this week, right? So he will be on the road. Counselors might be on the road as well, visiting those persons who don't have any internet access, who we are not hearing from, or who we can't communicate with. Right? So now, in based on alphabetical order, I'm going to tell you the schedule now. So let me get the schedule up so I can tell you. Okay. So throughout the week on the different days that the grades will be coming out. Repeat the days that grades should come. 10 and 11s on Tuesday, grade 7 on Wednesday, grade 8 on Thursday, and grade 9 on Friday. So this is the order which from A to F, right? Your time is from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. If your surname is between G and L, right? Your time is 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Surnames between M and R, your time is 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Surnames between S and Z, right? Your time is from 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Now, between each group, we're having a 30 minutes sanitization process. So we'll be sanitizing and getting the place ready for the next group, right? There will be a lunch period where workers will go for lunch, right? There's no scheduling during that time, right? And that time for lunch will be from 11 a.m. to 11:55. All right. During that time, we'll be doing lunch and sanitizing. All right. So I'm going to repeat that again for those persons who might not have heard. All right. So surnames between A and F to F, sorry, 8:30 to 9:30. That's 1 hour. Surnames between G and to L, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. All right. Our lunch break will be from 11 a.m. to 11:55. Um, surnames between M and R, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. And surnames between S, right? And we're running the schedule each day. Okay, so that's the schedule we're running for each day. Now, coming onto campus, please make sure that you have a mask. Your mask is worn properly, right? When you enter the gate, at the main gate, you will alcohol to sanitize your hands. If you bring your own, you can use it, all right? However, your temperature will be checked. Now, for Tuesday, grade 10s and 11s. Now, because two groups are coming on, trying to remember the letter of those blocks. For grade 11s, you'll be using the block upstairs woodwork lab, right? Electrical lab, that block upstairs. You'll be using that block. That's the block that you will use. Now, when you leave from the gate, you go directly up to where the admin office is. That is your route to take. Now, grade 10s, you'll be using the block above the cafeteria. Now, you will walk from the gate up the ramp towards the bathroom closest to that block. Yeah, and I think you should know where that block is. All right. So you'll be taking two different routes. So if it was regular school for the grade 10s, you'll walk at the gate where, grade the girls normally get searched. So basically. All right. So you walking the same path. For those persons who are going to the book room, all right, we'll be taking those persons two different routes as well. All right, so 6 feet apart as usual. There was stations all over the school where you can wash your hands. You're supposed to be in a line, especially where the book room is concerned. Right, there will be marked out areas for you to stand. For the students that were in 9R and O last year, right? You also need to come in, select your subjects, right? And that's only 9R and O. All the other persons that were in other classes in grade 9 last year, your subjects remain. Your pool subjects won't change. Only the persons that are new, and persons that were in R and O last year, they will need to choose their subjects, right, for grade 10, right? I think I covered most of the stuff. Ones that will add you to your classes, right? They will add you to your classes. So once you get your email address and password and you download, Google Classroom, or you can use it within the browser if you wish, right? You have to wait. Need for a timetable. You will see an indication come up. Okay, maths, English, science. You will see the date whenever these subjects are. So basically, that will give you an indication what your classes are. Those classes will be linked to the calendar on your device. So when you go into Google Calendars, you will literally see the times for your classes. Right? Classes will have live sessions and what we call asynchronous sessions. Live sessions, what we call synchronous sessions. Live sessions where you literally see the teacher just like how you're seeing me, and the teacher will be talking. You'll be able to turn on your camera, so forth. Asynchronous sessions are sessions that the teacher doesn't come on live. You will be given work to complete. Normally, this might be a one session class, or probably if it's a 2 session class, the first half of the class might be live, and the other part of the class is where you are left to complete the work in a certain amount of time. All right. The Google Classroom framework, once you complete for example, if you do a test and you press send, you get your grade immediately. You don't have to wait on the grades. All right. You get your grades immediately. All right. So I will be doing a session like this later on where parents can jump in as well, so they can also know how to use Google Classrooms. Teachers are currently being trained, right? All right, so I see persons having connectivity problems. The video will be available online, right, on YouTube. So after I'm done, you'll be able to watch it over, so it won't have the issues that you're having based on not hearing much about grade sevens. All right, so as it relates to grade sevens, the grade sevens basically we're running online classes for them, running online classes for everybody. We just need to ensure that all the data that we get for the grade sevens is correct, right? So most of the information, if not all the information, will be streamed through online. For those that is because that list was generated before we put on all the students that were registered late. So an updated list will be sent to you. All right. The grade 7 coordinator will be making class groups. So most of the information that's necessary will be sent through those class groups. Form teachers will be having their own groups, and they will be sending information through there as well. All right. Yeah, will be there as well. Grade 9. Of rental books from grade 9, there are CXC books. So remember, we start CXC from grade 9. So if you have your grade 9 CSEC textbooks, you carry them over to grade 10, right? So you'll still use those books. Okay. All right. I think that covers most of the things that were discussed in our meeting on Friday, or Zoom meeting on Friday. In terms of the dress code for the week, right? So from Tuesday to Friday, the dress code for the week. If your uniform is ready, you can wear your uniform. If not, wear something appropriate. All right. No ripped jeans, no extremely ripped jeans are allowed on school. No, backless, sleeveless, is allowed onto the school campus. It's still a government compound, right? So be appropriate, right? So, but if you are, we look forward to seeing you in your uniforms, in your new uniforms. All right. So I'm going to my son in grade 7 take off. Okay. Okay. For coming in, if you bring them in. So medical, if you wish, you can come and pay. Sorry, you can come and pay the contribution. All right, the contribution towards school development. You can come that. You can come if your child is not on the list that was posted. Come in, read the grades, come in and give us that information so that we can sort it out or give you the updated and correct information. All right, we're here to serve you. So just come in if you have your concerns. You know, we have our qualified staff that is willing to give you the necessary information. All right, I just saw some Mongol post where he will be at Claremont, in Claremont, beside the police station. So all those persons who are within that region, Mr. Mongol will be in Claremont, near beside the police station. That's where you can actually meet him. As it relates to the book list, it is suggested. I know you will see HFLE and not HFLE, HFM, Home and Family Management stuff on it. You don't need to buy those yet until you definitely know we're going to get into physical school, or we're going to be textbook, not textbook, notebooks, regular books, pencil, pen, ruler, those things that they can use. For literature books, yes, everyone is doing literature. Other if not, the teachers will state or stipulate the type of books that your child should get. Okay, so that's where books are concerned. All right. Now, as per usual, please note I'm observing the chat, and if you are on what we need in our classes. All right. So we will have the authority and the autonomy to remove persons from calls, right? If they do go against the rules that we set, right? And I am currently blocking, so must be upheld. All right. So I want to see if we have any more questions. Yeah, book lists have been posted, right? So you should see those. But as I said before, literature books are most, Spanish books are most, because most persons are doing Spanish. We are offering French this year, right, to grade 9, preferably to grade 9. So you should be able to get access to those things as well, right? So if you haven't gotten your book list, please, you can come into the school and get them. They were also, pictures of them were also sent out in the WhatsApp groups. So those can be resent. All right. So when will AT? All grade 8s will come in on 1 minute, please. All grade 8s will come in on Thursday. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. All right, that was my principal, and I do agree with him. All these things that we're seeing in the chat, this is exactly what we don't want in our classes. The name calling, etc. That's cyberbullying. With someone, costing, well, the cost or the charge. If someone reports you to the police for cyberbullying, the fine is $150,000 the last time I checked. I don't know if it's increased. So please desist from the name calling, the unnecessary chats. This is a professional institution. It's a professional YouTube page, right? So can we have a bit of decency, dignity, and decorum, right, in terms of how we relate to, all right? Because important questions are being asked, and I wish not to be distracted or seeing other things that are not necessary in our chats. All right. I am just going to let me just as I said before, the classes will pop up on once the students log in, because our system administrator is currently putting the classes, so the teachers will add all right. I think at this point in time, I'm going to end because I'm going to stop. The persons who are commenting are parents. All right. I wish that, you know, persons making these comments, are not parents, because it wouldn't bode well in terms of this example being set for your children. So I really hope that comments that I'm seeing, aren't for parents. All right. I think I'm gonna end this. Okay, somebody's saying they're not from Jamaica. Okay. I think I'm gonna end this chat at this moment in time. All right. I hope that all the necessary information, has been you know well received. If you do have concerns, please, you can text in the parenting WhatsApp group, all right, or contact us at the school, and we will provide you with additional information. Okay, I'm gonna address this one. Someone's asking, should a child come in with a parent, come in with a child? If the child is old enough that they can manage to come in on their own, they can. But if there is something that you need to do at the school, or some information clarification that you want to hear from yourself, you can come in. Or if the child is new and is not used to the area, or used to, coming on their own, or you just want to accompany the child for safety reasons, you can come in as well. Right, I think so as well. All right. So in and listening into, our little session. All right. Have a wonderful evening.